So it's a great pleasure for me to be here today. Thank you very much once again for taking the time to be here, for those who are present and those who are online. As we reflect on this past year, one truth remains at the centre of all that we do, and that's our unwavering belief that every child deserves to be safe and healthy, to receive an education, and to grow up in a nurturing and empowered community. And at Asian Aid, we believe that every child has God-given potential, and we're committed to helping them realise it. Thank you for your continued support. You'll hear as we go through the agenda how we've been able to make a tangible and lasting impact on the lives of children, families across India, Bangladesh, and Nepal. This year also marked a new chapter as we began supporting vulnerable children and families here in Australia through funds that were raised through our Give Hope op shop in Wauchope. And again, there'll be some warming stories to hear of the impact that has had. Through our education, health and livelihood programs, you've helped us empower young lives daily. You've helped children learn about their rights, protected them from child marriage, from trafficking, from exploitation, and more importantly, given them hope. And we've noticed some really just countless moments of transformation, like a young child learning to read their first book, a young adult completing their tertiary studies, a community accessing free health care and education, a grandmother being freed from the shame of uterine prolapse, a teacher gaining new tools to be able to support her students, even an adult learning how to read and write for their first time, write their name for the very first time, a family launching a small business, a girl leaving a menstrual hut so that she's able to attend school. All these impacts we've seen, all these moments, they really stand because of a network of compassionate individuals like yourselves who have supported them and who believe in our call, as found in Micah 6 verse 8. It says to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Together, we've become the hands and feet of Jesus in a hurting world. And as we look ahead, we're filled with expectation and hope. We're excited about the opportunities to expand our programs, strengthen our partnerships, and amplify the voices of the young people we serve. So the road is long, but we're not alone. With God's guidance and your continued support, we will go further still. So on behalf of the board, I'd like to thank you for walking with us on this mission, on this journey, and together we're building a brighter future, one child at a time.
I have the privilege of representing the Marketing, Communication and Support and Engagement team, which is made up of Inika, Tien, Anjali, and Pudence. As you heard, Pudence works from overseas, all capable, hardworking, committed, and passionate people. We share together in one of the most fulfilling roles at Asian Aid. We tell stories of hope and transformation, and we do our best to help our supporters have an enriching and meaningful experience. And in so doing, we are reminded of you, the Asian Aid supporters, who live out your life in outrageous generosity, in unwavering commitment, and in heartfelt compassion, so that little ones, the kids and families we support, can reach their God-given potential. Yes, we tell the stories, but they are your stories, and they're always so positive and inspiring. Since 1966, children have been at the heart of Asian Aid. We've always been a child-focused organization. But this year, we wanted to make sure that they were front of mind in our communications too. We launched a number of new initiatives designed to not just to talk about the children, but to make sure that they are the face and voice of the Asian Aid mission. I'll briefly highlight 3 of those. First, in November, we launched the Kids Gifts of Hope catalog, featuring 20 life-changing gifts that help children lift out of poverty and their families. Each of the gifts came to life through child quotes and illustrations, and we made sure that there was a spread in the middle of the gift catalog of coloring in so that the children in our lives could start the journey of learning too. It is a useful, child-friendly resource that we see using for a number of years. Second, the response newsletter. So if you receive the newsletter, you might have noticed that there is now a kids section in the response newsletter. This is a creative educational section for kids and kids at heart, with word searches, coloring in, puzzles, and dot-to-dot art. We intend for it to spark conversations about compassion and service with the children, grandchildren, and other little ones in our lives. And third, we introduce a content series that we call Kid Talk, Little Voices, Big Ideas. Through questions and short videos, this series gives children a platform to be heard and seen, celebrating their uniqueness, their insight, their view of the world, because we believe not just speaking for the children, but with the children. While we've been intentional in hearing children in our communications, you have been faithful in making sure that they're safe, educated, healthy, and empowered, that they have hope. This year, you sponsored 2,800, no, it's 800, it's a better number, 2,839 children with 77 new sponsorship. You supported 461 projects through monthly regular giving, and you were generous through 3 major campaigns, the Kindred Sisters in June, the Bangladesh Disaster Relief in October, and the Kids Gifts of Hope in December. Because of your generosity, children can access quality education. Children, their families can access free health and health education. Parents, teachers, and communities can have the resources they need to best support their children. Ultimately, so that children can believe in a future where they're safe, supported, and thriving. You were generous with your feedback too. Through our first supporter engagement survey, we learned that you support Asian Aid because you live out your faith in service to others. You want to live off your faith in service to others. And because you believe in the power of education to break cycles of poverty, so do we. You partner with Asian Aid because you value our Christ-centered mission, our transparency in using your funds to make the biggest impact together, and our focus on children and education. And this is big. 94% of you said you would recommend Asian Aid to others. That level of trust means everything. This year, you've also been generous with your time, prayers, and encouragement. Whether it's praying for the kids or our team, organizing fundraisers, inviting us to schools or churches, including us in your will, engaging on social media, or simply sending an email of encouragement, your partnership fuels our purpose. Thank you. What we also value just as much is our partnership with the Seventh-day Adventist Church. In helping children, we're not alone. As a supporting ministry of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, we're proud to provide opportunities for our church community in Australia and New Zealand to learn, to serve, to help. We're active in churches, schools, retirement villages, and camps. Thousands read our response newsletter every quarter. Our staff participate through a live segment on Faith FM every quarter, Faith FM radio station. This is an Australian Union conference initiative every quarter. And we continue to partner with Adventist business entities such as Science Publishing. And overseas, we seek to work with partners who also share our Christian philosophy. This year, we are particularly grateful to the 72 churches and 16 schools that either sponsored children, supported projects, or welcomed us into their communities. One standout from the period under review, the Women's Ministries of North New South Wales Conference, who partnered with us to help children in Cambodia's red light districts so that they don't face horrors no child ever should. This is the kind of ministry, partnership, and hope in action that we seek to strengthen and expand, because in so doing, even more little ones can get hope. As we look into the future and talking about a sustainable approach to the future, we know that we need to engage with a new generation of supporters now. Younger people want 2 key things when they choose a charity to trust: a meaningful social media presence and experiences that connect them to causes that matter to them. With this in mind, we have intensified, if you like, our social media digital communications. Last year alone, we posted more than 500 reels, stories, impact updates, Bible verses, reaching close to 70,000 people and gaining 166 new followers in our Facebook and Instagram communities. And we're building experiences too, starting work last year, but later this year, 10 university students will embark on a hope venture in Nepal as Asian Aid young influencers, not ambassadors, influencers is the word now. There they will meet children, visit projects, and see what hope in action looks like. We know that when they return, they will have a renewed sense of mission and purpose, the beginning, if you like, of their journey with Asian Aid. We also hope that as they join the workplace, as teachers, ministers, nurses, business professionals, they will continue to support Asian Aid. We all know collectively that once you have this experience, it tends to become a bit of a lifelong passion and a lifelong calling. So talking about special callings, thanks to volunteers and funds from our Hope Op Shop in Wauchope, that calling is starting to make a difference in children and families in the local community too. So with that in mind, I would like to introduce you to Sharon McKay, our Human Resources Manager, who is also our Op Shop Manager. Sharon will share more about the exciting things that are happening through this new local expression of hope. So before I go, thank you again for every prayer, every dollar, every word of encouragement. Together, we're giving hope to some of the most vulnerable children in the world, and there is no better mission than that.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Bruna. I'm Sharon. I'd like to share a little bit with you about the Give Hope Today Op Shop, the support that and commitment that our volunteer team give, which have enabled the local community outreach here in Australia. So we have a team of 25. They give their time and their skill sets in support of our community outreach with a mix of retirees and young people. Our team often express joy in being part of a team who really desire to serve others, experiencing new friendships and a sense of belonging in the team. They also say that they love having a purpose and being able to give back. Okay, so let's have a glance at numbers, just if I can direct you to the screen. So I mentioned earlier we've a team of 25 and they range from ages 14 to 19 years young, which goes to show that there's a place for everyone. The support of our volunteers has enabled us to raise $55,976 with in excess of 13,000 items sold. Okay, our customers have a natural interest in the local community outreach that we are purposed there for, but also they've got a growing interest in who Asian Aid are and what we do internationally. For this reason, we have an area in the shop where we share program information of our international programs and we sell handicrafts made by the women participating in Asian Aid's livelihood training. So now I'd like to call on Tian. She's Asian Aid's engagement coordinator. This is the beautiful lady that's behind the cheery voice on the phone, and you may have sighted her at a few Asian Aid events, school chapels and big camps around our country. She's been instrumental in networking and the facilitation of the local community outreach programs through our op shop. So thank you, Tia.
Thank you and good morning. And yes, it is true. For those that know me, I do enjoy to chat and to meet people. It's something I do love very much. And so this morning I do have the privilege of sharing how our little op shop in Wauchope has connected with some of our other local initiatives, so that when people say to us, oh, what do you do in Australia? We can actually say, well, we do this and we do this, and we can show. So as part of supporting locally within Port Macquarie and Wauchope, our little op shop donated to Liberty House in Port Macquarie. And that's a safe home for women and children that have been impacted by domestic violence. So we were able to give a donation to there. We also donated money to the ADRA soup van. And so we purchased all of their tables and chairs for their weekly soup van that operates within Wauchope community. And what that has done is by now having tables and chairs, people are inclined to stay and eat their meal and sit together and talk. And it's formed a really beautiful little sense of community within the town of Wauchope. And on any given week, there can be anywhere up to 80 people that sit around and talk and have a conversation and meet the needs of really often lonely and homeless people. So that's been a really big blessing. We have also partnered with Make a Difference, known locally in our area as the Mad Van. And at the back of the op shop, we now have a cute little green food van. And in partnership with our op shop, they now serve a breakfast meal once a week on a Thursday morning. You can see that little glow green caravan there. And so they are able to support another avenue for people living in the Wauchope community that are struggling with finding meals, and that happens on a Thursday morning. Last year, our volunteers in the op shop knew that I was visiting India for my first time, and they knew that we were going to one of our special schools over there, the blind school. And during that visit to the blind school, it became fairly apparent that many of their pieces of equipment and learning tools were very outdated and in desperate need of extra resources for the growing numbers in the school. And so when we returned from our trip, because I knew a lot of the volunteers, I spoke to them about our trip, and they had said, oh, look, we would really like to donate to that school. And so our little op shop was able to purchase 10 Daisy players, 20 Sony players, which are digital talking equipment that assists children that have a vision impairment with their everyday learning. And then we were able to also purchase 82 jumpers to keep them warm over the winter. So these are just some of the great parts of what our little shop does locally. It's a blessing and a privilege to be part of that, and an honour to work with Shari and the team at our shop. So if you are ever in Wauchope, please do call by and say hello.
Yeah, I'd like now to invite Tammy and Joanna, who you've already met, which was lovely, to bring us the programs report. And these two powerhouses lead our programs team, as you heard, and get to share all the exciting news with us from our partners overseas. So thank you, guys.
Cool. Thanks, Inika, and good morning, everyone. At Asian Aid, children are central to everything we do. We know that children are so valued and loved by God. In Matthew chapter 19, verse 14, it says, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." We want every child to reach their God-given potential. This means making sure children are empowered, protected, and have full access to their rights. We want children to grow, participate, play, and learn and thrive in a safe and nurturing environment. Through education, health, and livelihood programs and activities, Asian Aid is making that a reality for many children. We are helping children to be safe, healthy, educated, and empowered. We'd love to share with you some of the ways, through your support, the lives of children, their families, and communities have been impacted through our programs in the past year. So, access to quality education for children lays the foundation for lifelong learning, which leads to better health and employment outcomes overall. When a child is educated, they can improve their own circumstances and break the cycle of poverty. They can improve outcomes not just for themselves, but also for their family and their community. With your support over the past year, Asian Aid has sponsored 2,839 children across India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. A further 1,227 children are engaged in child-focused school projects. Each of these children are being given the opportunity to access quality education, which is foundational in their development. We have seen the ripple effect of a child being educated, as many of our previously sponsored children have gone on to get meaningful work and to support their families and make a tangible difference in the communities and beyond. Our after-school programs, in addition to improving children's foundational learning in English and maths, also support children in their personal development. They cover life skills, awareness of personal hygiene and safety, and provide opportunities for leadership development. Children play an important role in motivating other children and community members to participate in project initiatives. For example, our after-school clubs provide a space for children to meet together and explore ways to serve their community. One example is a child club in Bangladesh that provided Eid food packages for Muslim children and their families who are in need. The children demonstrated empathy, as well as promoting cultural respect within their community. Bristi, a child club member in Bangladesh, said, At Child Club meetings, we learn how to respect parents and teachers. We are learning how we can keep our bodies clean. We try to keep these things in our minds. In the past year, 114 schools have been supported through tuition and resource programs. The video that you can see playing here shows children at a rural school in Nepal learning through interactive play. The teachers at the school had recently attended a workshop on child-friendly teaching methods. They learnt how to develop their own resources with limited materials. And as you can see, their classrooms are now vibrant and colourful, full of pictures and interactive resources, allowing for peer-led learning and better educational outcomes. Providing children with a holistic education that includes cultural awareness and opportunities in music, drama, and arts programs is so important. The video playing here shows a pottery class in central India, where children are learning new skills and getting the opportunity to be creative and explore different artistic mediums. The man that you can see in the video is a local artisan who offered to share his skills with the students. Dance and drama programs are used to teach children about their cultural heritage, as well as to raise awareness on important issues in their communities. Children will perform dramas on key issues such as saying no to child marriage or the importance of caring for the environment. Engaging children in these types of activities is an important and powerful way to help them to grow and learn. Kamola, a parent of an Asian Aid-sponsored child at one of our Adventist schools in Bangladesh, says, "Thank you for nurturing our child's love for learning. The dedication of the teachers and staff is commendable. Our child feels safe and is getting support at this school."
As you can see on the picture here, digital literacy is not only important for children, but with skills in this area opening up significant opportunities for them in their future. Many children at our remote Asian Aid supported schools and projects are first-generation learners with limited hands-on experience using computers or digital learning tools. In this reporting year, Asian Aid partner programs facilitated tailored digital literacy programs for 126 children using resources purchased and installed in Asian Aid supported schools and also through the Computer on Wheels program. This program transports laptops on tuk-tuks to remote village communities surrounding Asian Aid schools, Adventist schools, and facilitates digital literacy lessons with village communities within the community, allowing children who attend the local government schools to access the resources and participate in digital learning programs. The digital literacy training includes lessons for teachers, with sessions focused on becoming accustomed to system applications and typing practice. In the past reporting year, the training has encouraged teachers to integrate these tools into their classrooms and daily teaching practice, resulting in more engaging and interactive lessons for the students. This initiative also aligns with broader educational trends, preparing both teachers and students for a future where digital competency is essential. You'll hear Joanna and I talk about health and livelihood as two other themes that Asian Aid partner programs support, but I did want to reiterate that education is the primary spend that we do in our program areas. Partners have started to integrate health and livelihood initiatives into their programs in order to break down barriers to education. So you'll hear us talk about the three areas, but education is the largest thing that we do. So in health, we have playing sports helps children to stay fit, learn social and leadership skills, and be less likely to engage in risky activities. This past year, our partner sports programs have created safe spaces for children to express themselves and to form supportive friendships. In the images included here, you can see students participating in school-based sports program and enjoying off-site excursions to learn new skills, such as swimming and water safety. A particular focus of Asian Aid partner programs is the meaningful participation of girls in learning and extracurricular programs. You can see here two all-girls football teams, one team in Nepal and one team in in India, where the girls involved are provided with uniforms, equipment, training, and opportunities to play against other teams in their linked communities. Mahima, one of our sponsored children from India, who has participated in our sports program, said, "I liked the session very much. Today I had fun playing football, but at the same time I understood that I need to think more positively about school and not see studying as something boring but essential. Which we can all understand that. Another student in Bangladesh said, "The sports days are good because we get to learn games and have fun. I like it because usually I just mix with community people I already know, but on sports days I can do it with different students and I can share things with other students about the game, and we are learning but in a fun way. How great is it that sport can be used as a tool to make learning fun and interactive for children and also provide health benefits?" School health camps are an important way to check the health and wellbeing of children who may not have other access to medical care. Through our supported school health camps this year, 10,655 children have been treated. The health issues children were treated for included anemia, malnutrition, rheumatic heart disease, ear infections and childhood eye diseases and conditions. Treatments included providing medicines, iron and calcium treatments, referrals to local healthcare facilities, and providing prescription glasses to 203 children. By detecting these illnesses early and providing appropriate treatment, children can stay healthy and have strong bodies and minds for learning. As you can see in the video here, children are not only the recipients of healthcare, but they are also integral in helping with the logistics of the health camps. These older children are taking the blood pressure and height and weight measurements of the younger children and recording the information for the doctors and nurses. This gives children new responsibilities and skills to develop their confidence and helps with the smooth running of the camps. In the reporting period, AsianAid partner women's health clinics reached 4,424 adolescent girls and mothers, promoting safer pregnancies and addressing reproductive health conditions, including pelvic organ prolapse and cervical cancer. Rather than managing their pregnancies at home, mothers attending the clinics were able to access professional medical support, leading to better outcomes for them and their babies. Through donor support, AsianAid was able to purchase a portable ultrasonography machine, allowing for partner medical staff to perform ultrasound imaging in remote settings. Darla, a woman who had prolapse surgery through the project, said, "Even though I can speak and express myself, I could not speak about my problem with anyone. I was shy, I was scared, I was uncertain. Thank you for being my voice and helping me get relief from this huge burden I was carrying." The video displayed here shows Dr. Angela Basnet, the Chief Medical Officer for the Shear Memorial Adventist Hospital, facilitating a tour of one of the clinics from March this year. In addition to the provision of direct healthcare clinics and services, AsianAid partners remained active in raising community awareness on the right to healthcare for adolescent girls and women. This was delivered through partners visiting families in their homes, running awareness sessions in schools, and through facilitating health seminars within the program communities. Topics included menstrual hygiene and management, nutritional needs during adolescence and pregnancy, the early signs of pelvic conditions, and support to break societal stigmas around female health, including the use of menstrual huts. In the reporting period, AsianAid partners trained 384 medical professionals in areas such as menstrual health, family planning, prenatal and postnatal care, and adolescent-friendly healthcare services. When reflecting on the awareness sessions that they were involved in, Mihira from Bangladesh said, "I used old cloths to manage my periods, which led to many health problems. But today I learned new and safe techniques for maintaining hygiene, even while using old cloths properly. This knowledge will truly help me stay healthier." These AsianAid partner initiatives empowered women and girls with knowledge, awareness, and the confidence to take charge of their own health and their right to health care.
With the child at the centre of everything we do at AsianAid, we know that supporting and educating the child's family is essential for ensuring the well-being of the child. For a child to be cared for, the family needs to have the knowledge and the resources to do this well. That is why livelihood training is a central component of the work that we do. In the reporting year, 1,382 people participated in livelihood training. The focus of the training varied depending on the location and aspirations and needs of the target community. Some of the topics covered included agricultural techniques, goat rearing, tailoring courses, handicraft training, and poultry raising. Training in financial management, entrepreneurship, and adult literacy further equipped parents and community members with the skills they needed to be able to start income-generating activities. Sumi, one of the training participants from Bangladesh, said, "I'm very happy to work with this project because my daughter is getting many benefits and so am I. I am very happy to get chickens and training on raising chickens. Because of this, I can afford food and education for my daughter." Sumi goes on to say, "Poultry rearing is a simple and easy way to create income. It gives women, children, and adolescent girls from poor families nutritious, diversified, and affordable diets." The benefit of livelihood training is clearly seen when parents learn skills that enable them to generate income and then use the profits to provide for the needs of their family and to educate their children. Kitchen gardens are a beautiful initiative that helps families to create home gardens to grow vegetables and herbs, improving daily nutrition and reducing food costs. When a family has surplus produce, this can be sold locally for an additional income. In one of our projects in rural Nepal, children were given specific training and the primary responsibility for the kitchen garden. This video showing here shows one of our sponsored girls proudly showing us her kitchen garden when we visited her home earlier this year. The garden was healthy and lush, with lots of seasonal vegetables and fruits growing. The girl used some of the income that she generated by selling the vegetables to purchase her own school supplies. Through our project, children and their families were also given chickens to raise. The video shows one of the sponsored boys with his chickens, which he was diligently caring for and settling inside his home for the evening. The boy was very protective of his chickens and very proud of them. And once he was sure that we weren't going to take them away, he was very excited to explain how he cared for them and looked after them each day. Like the kitchen gardens, chickens can help improve family nutrition, food security, and can provide additional income for children and their families. So I'd love to share the story of Yasmin, who's a young woman who lives in a rural village in northern Bangladesh. Growing up, Yasmin was the youngest in a family with 11 children. So she had 5 older brothers and 5 older sisters. And despite her dedication to her studies, financial hardship meant that she had to drop out of school once she completed grade 7. And Yasmin was then forced to get married when she turned 15 years old. So Yasmin now has a child of her own, and along with her husband, she continues to live with her parents and siblings in a large and often struggling household. Yasmin joined one of our community cell groups run by AsianAid's partner organisation. She wanted to find a way to support her family and to use her time in a meaningful way. Through this group, she learned about the opportunity to join a 1-month tailoring training program, and Yasmin was really excited about this prospect. Yasmin, she was a very committed and attentive student. She attended every session and worked really hard. And Yasmin started to have a dream of owning her own sewing machine and starting her own business. But despite her determination, she wasn't able to save enough money to purchase a second-hand sewing machine, which is around $60 Australian. She was able to save $40, and so the project stepped in and contributed the remaining $20. With her sewing machine, Yasmin began mending clothes for her family. And as her confidence and skills grew, Yasmin started taking orders from her neighbours and other community members. She now has a regular monthly income. It's not only supporting herself, but is contributing to her family's income. Yasmin will be able to give her child the opportunities that she never had. Yasmin says, "I'm overjoyed to have this opportunity. This new chapter of my life feels like a dream come true. I'm so thankful to the project and the donors who made this transformation possible."
Okay, so during AsianAid's monitoring trip to India late last year in November, the team got to spend time with the women and girls who were engaged with one of our Adventist schools to learn about the handicraft activity that they were being trained in. So in this video, the women are creating bag charms ready for the women's ministry promotional events here in Australia, and a few have happened already. They also made these handicrafts to sell in their local community as a form of income generation. This was the first round of training that the women and girls had participated in, and they are looking to refine the products that they sell. Our team are working with them to determine what handicrafts will be popular in Australia and to sell in our op shop, and it was encouraging to see what they had learned to date. As we reflect on the past year, we are so encouraged to see the work that has been done and the lives that have been changed. What we have shared are just a few examples of the numerous ways that Asian Aid is making a positive difference in the lives of children, their families, and their communities. In Matthew 25, verse 40, it states, "And the King will answer them, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did for the one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did it for me.'" This verse emphasises the importance of caring for those in need and how acts of service towards them are seen as acts of service towards Jesus himself. Thank you for partnering with us to do this important work.
Dear God, thank you for today and for bringing all of us together. Thank you for Asian Aid and for friends who help in India, Nepal, Bangladesh and Cambodia. Take care of all the children and families in Asian Aid's care and help them be happy and safe. We also remember Uncle Jacob. Please take care of his family. Bless all the staff of Big Team, all the kind people who help. Thank you. Amen.